Hello.
Hello.
Alright, back.
One more minute.
One more minute.
It's
Shall
not
we
actually a
bother
window
Boo and
open.
Peaches?
Tyson blew a poke.
I forgot my
Okay.
fireworks.
Oh no.
Oh, that's so
Anyone
sad.
bring Krampus rockets?
I forgot all my fireworks.
I
Soda
have
Tamiku?
one more rainbow left over,
Oh,
and I'm going to use it at the end when we take a screenshot of everyone.
But at least I didn't forget my pants like Anushka.
Yeah, my mom's uniform got lost in the post, apparently.
It's okay. Although Gortooth looks very nice.
I'll be there.
Where are we meeting? Whiskey Sour for Skiz?
The Treehouse in Savage Coast. You can meet up with Avenal or Beecher.
Ooh, I'm doing a tap dance in the
I have to give
thin
you a
air.
tip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Skiz.
Thank you.
I think we just surprised that newbie.
Rombara, would you like your drink?
Yeah, some guy just questing just showed up.
That's great.
Yeah, he's been in here before.
Yeah,
He's
I
kind
gotta
of
go.
wandered through here.
Beecher?
Random
There's another
person.
one outside now.
There's
Yeah.
so much-
Anushka.
I think
Everyone
every
should
time we
stand
do a
up and
meeting,
wave at him at the same time.
I didn't bring my dollar bills, Anushka. I'm sorry.
What? Stop,
Just
stop,
throw
stop.
it
in
I want
the-
drinks.
keep
Throw
your hand
Bo in.
away from that pocket.
Coffee for Beecher from the Carpathian things.
Good and iced, I hope. Thank you, Fleta.
Thank you, Outage. I'm accepting more tips.
I just gave her 100 packs.
You'll get those lacerations yet.
Make
Yeah,
it mark to Avenal?
I tipped Fleta 500 packs for bringing me a drink.
Is it one of the ones with cyanide in it?
Probably. I haven't
Oh,
drank
the
it
one
yet.
that kills you? What's that one called?
I can never remember.
True Oblivion.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, well, it's 2:01, so let's get started.
And Lococino for Mad Lyric.
Does that mean I have to sit down
Thank
now?
you.
You can continue to dance if you like. People are showing up. So thank you everyone for coming. We got like what, 45 people in the chat channel now?
43.
So 43. So I just wanted to say, talk a little bit about this day of the Cabal. I'm very happy that we have new active officers. It's made the workload a little easier, I think. So thank you, Matt and Fleta. Yay. Clap, 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 clap. Although, really, there were excellent candidates with Mind and Anushka and Bulwark, so any one of them would have been great officers. And I'm very proud and impressed we had such good candidates. And we will use you in the future. Don't think you're getting away. There's 500 registered users on the website, which is insane. I'm not sure how many active people are playing every day. It's a little hard to tell. The game doesn't make it easy. There's no last log on. It's only when I think I see people. So I think there's probably around 150 people every day logging on. I know on the weekends we get a little crowded. I think the first weekend that Flappy came out, at one point there were 76 people in the global chat channel at once, which is pretty impressive. I know some nights are busier than others, but generally speaking, 100 and 150 people active playing every day, which is very impressive. There's over 1,000 characters in each of the Cabals combined, but I know a lot of them are alts. We have all these new people.
No, there's another random person in here.
Welcome to people.
Thank you for the dance, Anushka. So we have all the new people, and it's a challenge keeping our spirit alive and keeping it the same when we have so many people across all these different time zones. For the new people, I think it's important that we don't have a vetting process. We don't have to put people on probation. That's not what we're about. We invite everyone in. But when they're here, we definitely have to make sure that, they toe the party line, that we should try to help them fit in. And if they're doing something that's against our code of conduct or that's just not our way, we should let them know politely. Maybe send them a tell to say, that's not cool. We don't say things like that, so that they can help acclimatize themselves to us. Because when we have so many people, it's hard to keep our small cabal feeling. But I do think we have this small cabal feel about us, which is nice. We know each other. We say hi when we log on. We say goodbye when we leave. We got a lot of chats going on, which is great. And people who come in to join us, they like that. They like that we talk to each other. It's not silent. So speaking of new people, yes, it's all Borg. Someone, not Borg. So for new people, we have, I know in the dragon side, there are a lot of people with invite rights. I know for Templar and Loomies, it's less amount of people who can invite for those factions. But I thought it was important to just review how we invite people. We definitely want to make sure that they read the code of conduct. If I post them a link and I say, please read the code of conduct, and they reply 10 seconds later that they've read it, I know they're lying, because that's not possible. And I ask them to please read it again. It's important to us. Yes.
And agree.
And they have to agree to it. They have to read it and agree to it. Because if their behavior violates it, we're going to hold them accountable to it. So they should know what they're agreeing to.
Yeah, I was going to say with that, just a comment, some of them actually go to the site, read it, and then when you say, here's the link to the code of conduct, and they're going, oh, is there a code of conduct? They click it, say, oh, I already read this. I've had a few people, because I said, did you really read it? And they said, yeah, we read it earlier. We just didn't know that's what you meant.
Okay, yeah, and I'm cool with that. That's awesome. Just some people are suspicious when they
Right.
agree too fast. So people who can invite, please make sure that they're actually reading it. And the second thing is, do we have enough invite coverages for all the time zones and all the factions? Loomies, Templars?
I think
Loomies,
you're
I
low
think
on
so.
Templars in the late Pacific time zones.
I'm on
Yeah,
most of the time.
Templars during GMT.
Yeah, and I'm on most of the time during the Lummies for most of the GMT as well.
Okay, so
I have invite on
Early European time for Loomies, since Ayek has been gone a bit, has been a bit patchy.
okay, so
Which time zone?
Define early European.
Early European from 10 a.m. Central European until early afternoon, say 2
I'm
p.m.
generally on from 8:30 in the morning, UK time.
Rena, you have invite and Gloomy, correct?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
okay, so another European daytime coverage for Lumi and Templar
Oh,
Pacific
I'm sorry. Not interrupt.
Pacific evening time in the evening, and another European during the day for Templar.
For Loomies, I did recently promote 2 people, and I didn't get a chance to tell them I promoted them. Siksha and Anushka's alt are both now have invite.
Thank you very much.
I did it while you guys weren't on, and I haven't seen you to tell you that I did it.
Thank you.
Okay, so maybe another Lumi, maybe a couple more Templars.
Yeah, Shock's got invite, and I have weird hours. I'm U.S. Pacific.
I apparently can invite, but I don't.
Peaches also had.
Thanks for the love. You're a big help.
Even if I'm on Schwim, I can bring Bella Sean to do Templar.
And we also have Mad Lyric that can come on a Callistica.
I have impersonated Skiz in the past.
Oh, Leah's alt also. And
Beecher, I also have an uncabaled Dragon and Templar Lobby alt that I could offer up.
Okay. If you do that, I could. If you bring them on, I can invite them and promote them up. So that would be more Pacific time zone coverage.
Yeah.
And I've got a baby Templar as well, if you're interested as well.
Who's your baby Templar?
Skevy. But he's not in the cabal yet.
Okay. Well, when you do invite them, let me know and I'll promote them up. Invite rights are rank 3. Bank rights are rank 2. If you would like bank rights, please let one of the officers know and we can promote you up. We don't typically give them to people who are brand new, but if you've been here a month and you're okay, then we don't have a problem inviting you up to rank 2. Things in the bank aren't fantastic, but they're there to be used. We have some layer fragments, some trashy signets, some green augments, and you're more than welcome to take them and use them. But ask for an invite for rank 2. I try to promote dragons as I remember to do it, but I can't remember everything.
Speaking of layer fragments, I put a whole crap ton in the Lumi bank the other day. Did whoever runs Solomon get those out?
I
Rissa sent
call
them
them
all to
regularly
me.
and send them to Fleta.
Okay, great, thanks.
And yes, generally we keep fragments out of the Cabal banks because we do have regular layer people. I generally am running Solomon Island layers. Rissa and J. Cole are running Egypt, and Fairy Dragon is running Transylvania. So oftentimes they get sent to those people. If you have extras, feel free to put them in the Cabal bank or send them to those people.
Well, sometimes people have extras and they ask me what to do with them, and I say just put them in the Cabal bank and they'll find a good home.
Yeah,
Don't
Pyre and I
put
were
socks
farming
in the
Savage
bank.
Coast.
Oh my god, stop it with the socks. And the theatrics. Those things are just trash and I will throw them away. Lord Star Fox did send me a bunch of theatrics, which was very kind of him. Thank you, Star Fox. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to review was just our Spirit of Loms. How we are, what we do, our attitude. We have a great reputation, which is nice, and I like to keep it that way. I'm very conscious about how we present ourselves on the official FunCom forums and how we behave in the game. But Avenel offered to talk a little bit about this since he did help to write the Code of Conduct and the Spirit of Loms.
I can sum it up pretty easily with that little video I just put in the chat. Oh shit! I just got pulled out. I just got pulled out of my dimension. I clicked yes on a group. I thought it was a meetup. Someone just offered me a group, and I thought it was meetup, and I just got yanked out of dimension.
Thought you posted that other video you watched.
And now I'm in an empty treehouse.
Well, you guys can meet up on numerous slayers, so feel free to choose one. And the rest of us will not feel terribly left out.
Here, drop group and I'll invite you to my raid, Avenel.
Hold on. Do that again?
Let me invite you to my raid. It should bring you right back.
Can you also invite KB and...
Just meet up on me.
Okay. Alright, that distracted me. I was getting ready to say something and then suddenly I had a loading screen. Yeah, I just posted a little video. It's pretty self-explanatory. Be excellent to one another. That's what the Spirit of Loms is be respectful. That's what's in the very first paragraph and the most important paragraph of the Code of Conduct. Some specific examples I've been noticing just in general chat lately. We have a lot of new people in the Cabal, and not just new to the Cabal, but new to the game. And there's a lot of questions being asked about the game, things that seem obvious to those of us that's been here forever, but not obvious to new players. You got to think back to what it was like when you first started playing this game. If you can't answer someone's question without being condescending, don't answer it. That's just plain and simple disrespectful. You're not forced to answer a question, so don't if you can't do it without being respectful. That's it in a nutshell. Just be respectful to each other. I've been seeing a real lack of that lately in chat, and it's a little disturbing. The other thing I want to touch on is spoilers in chat. if you're new and you got questions about certain missions, and someone's going to answer your question, and the question you're going to provide is a flat-out spoiler, like you're not giving them a hint, you're practically telling them how to complete the mission. Do that in a tell rather than in Cabal chat. Because we have so many new people that are new to the game, they may not have gotten to that mission yet, and we don't want to spoil it for them when they... That's all I had.
I was going to say one of the best things I've ever seen was in 2011. There was a NFL coach who had the best advice ever. Don't hit send. If you look over and it's going to come out rude or appear to be rude, don't hit send. You can solve all of the problems in the world by not hitting send.
Yeah, that's good advice. Reread what you just said. Does it sound rude? Does it sound condescending? If it's borderline, maybe rephrase it.
True, and we lose a lot of stuff in text.
Yeah.
When we use TeamSpeak a lot because TeamSpeak is easier than typing, but you also get tone of voice and inflection, which can help convey meaning. In text, you can't, and things come out blunt. Or they could be read as rude or passive aggressive. So
Right.
don't send.
Yeah, I
Be on the safe side. Keep your mouth shut.
No, it might come off sometimes that certain ones of us are being rude to each other, but we're just teasing. Like those of us that's been playing this game forever together, like me and Beecher and Alziz and all these other people. We've been here for so long that sometimes we just rib each other, and that may come off sounding like we're being rude to each other, but there's a difference between teasing and just flat out being rude.
I know a new person was really concerned that I was mean to Miku, and I thought, look, maybe I do sound mean to Miku, but
What?
I just like to tease him so much.
Why
We're all mean to
Miku.
We're
I
all
would
mean to
encourage
Miku.
everyone to be mean to Miku.
Yeah, isn't that in the LOM's charter?
Oh, Boo
Yeah,
Girl's
yeah,
here.
it's like the Second Amendment.
I tried my best.
Boo Girl was our original president, for those of you who don't know Boo Girl.
The scandal.
Yes.
The scandal.
I thought he was dead, but evidently he's not.
I heard it was a mountain.
We're just hoping.
Boo, is there anything you'd like to add to what I said about the Spirit Alarms? I mean, you were the original president.
Well, I mean, I think you covered it pretty well. I mean, as far as how we treat each other, especially for the new people coming in, I think it's very important that the old guard or the medium guard, treat them very well to make them want to stay. And, people with attitude just really aren't really welcomed here because that's not what we're about.
God damn, what I'm doing here then.
Oh, Christ. Okay,
Lady Tune's here too.
LT.
Wow, we have a lot of the older guard here today.
I know, right?
But, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just also wanted to add, I've noticed some people lately asking for fast 18s, and that kind of gets under my skin because that's just code for asking for 10.4 geared people, and we just don't do that. We don't ask people to be 10.4 for Darkness War or Polaris, so asking for a fast 18, in my opinion, is the same thing, and I would really rather not see that in our global chat channel.
I take that to looking for group.
Yeah.
Or if you really have a constricted time limit, or you've had some poor ones recently that haven't finished and you wanted a fast one, just grab 4 other people that can do it, send them a tell. That way it's not it's a private thing. It's not out in public where you're looking like, oh, I don't want to take you because you're new at this. Send it as a private tell and just say, hey, I'd like to do a quick 18. You want to join me?
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to do slow and painful 18s. I mean, we all want to do ideally fast and
I
easy
do.
ones. You do? You're special.
I love them.
Well, and also I think as long as you explain yourself, if you go on there and you say, hey, is there anybody who can go with me? I only have a limited amount of time. I wanted to do a quick thing. I don't want to appear critical.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's understandable. We got jobs, we got families. Maybe we only have 1 or 2 hours to play a night. We can't spend 45 minutes trying to get a team. If your time limit is limited, then just say like, guys, I only have half an hour. Can we do this quickly, and then see what falls together? Just the whole fast 18s just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it's when it comes across in our global chat, just like you would see it in LFG. LFG
Yeah,
fast 18s. It's like, what?
And that turns new people off.
Wrong channel.
it gives new people the wrong impression about us because we're really not like that.
Well, and I think a related point to that is that we try to avoid the shorthand as much as we can in the our main LOMS global chat, because we're more social. We're more, if you want to do a raid or something like that, say, hey, is anybody doing a raid? If it starts filling up with LFG this or LFG this, it really doesn't fit, in my opinion, the spirit of LOMS global chat.
Right. So speaking of, I wanted to talk a little bit about burnout. Some of us have been playing since beta, maybe longer. Some have been playing for maybe a year or 6 months, and we're running out of content and things to do, and doing nightmares every day. It's getting boring and repetitive, and Tokyo's been delayed, and it's just not good news coming from the game, and maybe you're getting a little frustrated. And it happens, and that's okay. I mean, things get frustrating, things can get boring and dull. I want to encourage you to take your break if you're feeling like that. It's okay to play other games. I love this game and I play it almost every day, but sometimes maybe playing something different is good. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I know there are other games, right?
And we were forced to play Guild Wars 2, so.
Oh, it's a sad thing.
'Cause I'm
I
such a
cannot
kid.
wait for Tokyo. When Tokyo comes out, I'll be a kid in a candy store. I won't know what to do with myself, but until then, I'm getting a little bored. So I'm trying to find new and interesting things to do to keep me engaged and to keep my attitude positive. And I want other people to do the same thing.
Well, can we do some Fast 18s?
No, boo. Get the heck out.
One thing that I think would be nice is the Flappy dungeon raids that we had, I guess a month or so ago. I think a lot of people enjoyed that. If people have suggestions for Cabal-wide events that we could do, we would love to hear them. I know the Templar Bank has a little bit extra packs, so we should be able to supply some prizes for people. And I think it's just a good Cabal thing.
Stop jumping ahead. That's on my agenda. Calm down.
That might be a good point for me to say something. We are planning, Vibara, Outage, and I are planning to do an event. We don't have a date set yet, but it will be some kind of scavenger hunt.
Ooh.
And everybody is invited to join us for that.
Okay, well then let's talk about events. I have prizes that Miku has donated to me, some nice augments. I am more than willing to give them to you for prizes for an event. I know Sincline also has a scavenger hunt planned. I looked over his the text that he wrote, and I think it's going to be fun. But he's going to need 3 or 4 people to help him pull it off. So he's going to put a thread up on the forums for some help. So you can send him a tell if you're interested in that. And I also gave him some prizes to give. I think he has like prizes for the first 18 people to complete the hunt. And they don't suck. They're kind of nice. So he doesn't have a date yet. He does need some people to help him out. The idea is he's going to do it first in the Cabal as a dry run to see how it goes, and then maybe do it larger community-wide. But Rubara and Leah, I can also give you some prizes for your event. And anyone else who would like to do an event, let me know. I have prizes. Miku keeps giving me donations. I am totally willing to spend his stuff.
And
He's already given me some donations too. I wanted to say thank you here as well.
Thank you, Miku.
Yeah.
And
still
we do
hate you,
have,
as well.
we're still going to tease you, but we still have packs in the Cabal banks that we can spend to buy prizes, and we have things that we could sell to buy prizes.
And a quick reminder, I imagine most people know already, but we put a lot of events on the event calendar on lomsglobal.com, so if you're not registered there, you'll probably want to sign up so you can sign up for events.
And wouldn't it be fair to say that those who have signed up have priority for party spots and stuff like that?
Absolutely. If you've signed up, confirmed as yes, we will hold your spot until we're certain you're not going to make it.
One thing to remember is we, as people that create the events, do not have a way to limit the number of people that sign up. So we will do our best to make sure everyone that signed up can get in, but if it goes over the limit, we may have to work things out a little bit.
All right, I'm going to sign into Secret World right now.
Okay, you do that, Boo. Okay, so to backtrack.
That's my own event.
Yay, Boo's joining us.
Can I get a prize now?
Yes, Boo.
Can I kill
Fleta
him?
has a coffee for you. Okay, so layers. Eights has retired as the master for Solomon Island, and Fleta is now taking over those layers. He tends to do them on Saturday evenings. I believe Jay Cool and Rissa are still doing Egypt.
Yep.
And you're still happy with that? Not bored?
Still happy with that, not bored with that. However, it is to the point where we are overflowing every week. If somebody wants to step up and start another Egypt layer, it would fill.
Oh, interesting.
And yesterday,
I'm at 15 right now.
Wow. So that's 15 people signed up.
15 people signed up, including Jay and myself. There's no way I can run all those people.
Okay. I know last night we had overflow for Solomon Island, so I ran a second layer group.
and we had a full 20 people, I believe. I believe both raid groups are full.
And it's very important that my layer group finished before Fleta's layer group.
That's always important when there are 2 consecutive layers.
Fairy Dragon is doing Transylvania layers. I think Rabara still does Transylvania layers as well, but he doesn't put them on the schedule. You have to kind of ask him to do it. Is that okay, Rib? Do you still do that?
You just need to pout at Rib a little bit.
So Fairy has asked though, he can only do layers every other Sunday because of oh, no one ever wants to join Rabara. I'm sorry. Fairy can only do layers every other Sunday because she has a pen and paper game that she does on Sundays. So she has wants to try doing a second layer on the off week, maybe at a different day of the week. I think this week she tried Friday evening, and she's going to try a couple of different days of the week to maybe hit the European crowd. And if anyone else would like to do a layer, please feel free. Layers are easy and fun, and if you get enough people, it's just slaughter and mayhem, and I love it. There's a couple different mods that make it easy to put the fragments together into assigned pieces, and I will definitely link those in the notes for this meeting. But once you get those mods, layers are super, super easy.
And if you would like to do Solomon Island layers, let me know. I have extra regional fragments, and I would be happy to send them over.
And from all the layers, we have so many Eidolon keys. I mean, so many Eidolon keys. I have 4. There's 3 in the Dragon Bank. I think there's 3 in the Templar Bank. I can't give them away. I want to give them away to you people. Please take them. I can't be the only one organizing the Eidolon raids. So if you would like one, do you like to try one, let me know. I will mail out a key to you. You can also take one out from the banks. That's what they're there for. I did one Saturday. I will try to put one out on a schedule. But usually I do them about once every 2 weeks. I don't like to do them too often. I get a little bored with it. But everyone else can do them. They're yours. Take them. Please do the Eidolon. And Rabara has written a fantastic guide on how to do the Eidolon. Okay. Next thing is New York raids. We got a lot more raid groups going now, which is nice. Eights is doing his raid on Saturday afternoons, I think. I think Saturday morning's his time.
Yeah, usually.
I know there's the Sunday morning brunch raid. That's EU. There's that weird Australian time zone raid. There's the European raids. There's the Monday, Thursday night East Coast raid.
And there's Vervi's raid.
And there's a Vervi's raid. I think for Wednesday it's closed, and I'm not sure if she's still doing the Saturday raid. Some are open, some are not. Please check the event schedules. And if there's not one for your time zone, go ahead and make an event. We have lots of people who want to do the raid. You'll find people to do the raid with you. Okay. But having said that, our tank shortage. Oh my god, we don't have enough tanks.
Ooh, time to play again.
It's time to play again, Boo. We need you.
Yeah, but I suck at this game. I can't do that to people.
It's okay, Boo. I have an idea for a tank training program. I've just noticed, though, a lot of Nightmare groups are ready to go. They just need a tank, and we just don't have enough tanks to go around. Some people hate tanking. I don't like tanking myself. I mean, I'll do it if I have to, but I don't really like it. But I am more than happy to teach you. Avenal, I thought maybe we would do a tank training Nightmare dungeons. So we could go do Polaris, Darkness War, and HR. You could try a couple times. If you failed, we would take over and tank the boss for you. Between Avenal and myself, we can do all 3 roles. So we can bring other people along. You could try to tank. We could explain fights to you. There'd be no pressure because if you failed, we could finish it off.
Hey, Beecher.
Yes?
Could we update and organize the Nightmare guides on the website? That would help train tanks a lot too. Some of the stuff's a little dated.
What we've been finding is even when we keep those up to date, not a lot of people are reading them.
Well, then advertise and be aware.
Okay.
I mean, things
along with what
you know,
Beecher's
not just here's a build, here's what to impair, here's minimum specs that you need in order to be, have a reasonable chance of success, that kind of stuff.
Aren't the guides still accurate?
Well, they don't have that collection of information. A lot of people will flood Lom's chat with, what do I need in terms of hit to hold aggro, that kind of stuff. I mean, the guides are just boss by boss. Here's what you need to impair, but they don't go into
so
builds.
Maybe a general how to tank 18s guide.
Exactly.
The stacks you should have. Okay.
Yeah, I agree
mean,
with
Pyre
that, 'cause I
and I
follow
can
them
work on
guide.
this because Pyre is an extremely good tank and he knows this stuff
Pyre
just fluently.
is a great tank and he probably has a better understanding than I do. So if you and him would like to do that, that would be really useful.
Well, that would also help me. I've got a 4-5 tank build, but I just don't know the specifics because he always does it.
Well, having said that, I did learn to tank from reading the guides about what to impair, but I also picked people's brains about what stats I should use and what builds I should use. So maybe a stat build-centric guide would be helpful.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that I would agree with. I got most of my tank lessons from Void, but I think that when I was asking around, there's a lot of confusion, and there's no one area where you can just go, okay, I want to be a tank. What are my options? And it says, well, if you want to do Sword and Chaos, or if you want to do Hammer and this, if you know what you're looking for, you can find a guide. But most of the guides out there seem to be specialized in one thing, and they'll tell you about that one thing, but they won't compare it to others, and it gets a little confusing because there's a lot of different options.
Okay, maybe an advanced tanking guide and a beginner tanking guide, because
I think, one for 18s.
Yeah, a beginner guide for 18s would be helpful.
Well, there's dungeon-centric tanking and there's tank-centric tanking. For instance, you can be the best turtle tank in the world. It probably won't help you too much when you're tanking FAC because that tends to be a heal tank. So
See, it sounds like you're just the guy for the job.
It does.
Well, no, Pyre is. I'm the writer. I've done novels. That's not a problem.
You guys
I can
work
it.
together.
Information. I gotta pick his
nominate
brain.
you, Shock. You and Pyre. Congratulations.
Okay, I step up. It's not a problem. I'm volunteering to do this. I'm just saying that, from an organizational standpoint, I get people coming up through elites going, what do I need to be a tank? And it's like, you don't know enough to know what you don't know. There's different flavors of tank, and what are you tank? What event are you looking to tank?
Well, what I'm offering is just tanking 18s. That's all I think I'm qualified to tank. I don't know how to do the advanced ones. If a grown-up tank would like to help teach me how to do the advanced dungeons, that would be fantastic.
Okay. Anybody who's interested in adjusting the guides, upgrading, wordsmithing, just talk to me offline. I don't want to clutter up the meeting, but I have some ideas along this. I write also. I'm a program manager at Microsoft. I write user guides all the time.
Okay. You have a project.
Can I just comment on that, because I may be missing something, but I think the guides in the forum right now have a lot of information about tanking. They actually even have like specs, specific builds that you can use for each boss. So they have good information, and I know that because I used them when I was learning to tank. So I'm all for adding new things. So different builds, different ways you can do something, but I'm not sure we should be changing stuff which I think works quite well, unless of course it's gone out of date because the instance changed or something.
Well, I think Kalinai's guides are still updated. He recently logged on a few months ago to update them, and Leah and Anushka have been adding to that. I think what Shock is talking about is an additional guide just for tanking. Kalinai's guides are how to do a dungeon, and he has different roles broken down, like what the DPS needs to know, what the tank needs to know. And I still think those are great guides. I use them all the time.
Yeah, they're all web pages. They're all going to link in between each other. I'm talking about, organizing and structuring, not rewriting.
Right.
I'm not sure it's a good idea to add different possible builds and make it too much information in one guide. It just breaks it. Nobody will know what, especially for a beginner, it won't be very helpful. I'm not sure we should put too much into them.
Okay.
I mean, one of the reasons I think that people may not read through all of them is because some of them are long, and part of that is just because they have all of the roles. So if we could maybe break that out, it may make people more likely to read them.
Well, Kalinai put together a too long didn't read version of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we can make them in like audiobook format, I'll read them. Listen to them.
But maybe once
there
the
are
guide
actually text-to-speech programs that can do that for you.
Yeah, but I want Miku to read it to me. I love his voice.
Narrated by Richard Attenborough.
But maybe once Shakti's guide is finished, we can put a link in each of Kalinai's guides at the beginning or something like that. So beginners will stumble across that and notice where to go if they want
Having
further
more
information.
choices.
That's a good idea.
Having more choices won't be a bad thing. And we don't have to replace Kalinai's guides. We can supplement them with a link to Shakti's guide.
Right. Just to be clear,
okay?
I think before doing any changes to the Kalinai's guides, you should get a hold of Kalinai and sort of talk to him.
We asked the group of us to please.
Not going to edit other people's work. That's not where I'm going.
No.
All right.
This is something in addition to Kalinai's guides, another resource to have. That would be helpful, and we'll do. I can put on the calendar tank training for 18s. We'll see how far we can get. I know Eager was interested in that, and we'll have more tanks. Dang it!
I'll even join that. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while.
And we'll do it, and we'll die, and we'll fail, and it'll be glorious.
I'm pretty good at explaining what the tank needs to do. I'm really bad at executing it myself.
And I'm crap at explaining.
Which is good because I'm bad at explaining. Okay, so that was basically the end of my agenda. The last thing was someone had asked about LOMs in other games. Sometimes in other games, when they come out, we have like a little chapter, a little build. There's one in Rift that no one plays anymore. There's a little one in Neverwinter. I think Boo and Peaches and LT are the only ones who ever play it. We have one in the WildStar beta. We have one in the Elder Scroll beta. If you would like one in another game you want to play, talk to an officer, and we'll see if we can get one made.
This actually brings up a good point. Someone was asking the other day, does the LOM's officers and president and such carry over to other games, or is that strictly the Secret World?
In the past, we talked about that, and we kind of decided it was based on population. If it's only like 5 or 10 people playing a game, then you're kind of on your own and self-managing. But if it gets a large enough people are playing a game, if it turns out Elder Scrolls are blockbuster and we have 50 people playing Elder Scrolls, then maybe we should have some Elder Scroll officers.
And will there be like appropriate code of conduct adjustments and that kind of thing?
It should be the same code of conduct. Maybe some language would need to be tweaked, but I think the code of conduct is universal. We want the same amount of respect no matter what game you're playing.
I think I'm the only one in World of Tanks, so I'm kind of like a king.
Oh, and speaking of
We're
the
like
code of
a Kaiser.
conduct, the code of conduct, I wanted to say we have people who are registered on our website who are not in the cabal, and that's fine. You Google Eidolon of the Outer Dark and Rabar's raids, the first thing that pops up. You Google guides to the dungeons, and Kalani's guides are the first things that pop up. So a lot of people have registered to our website, and we hold those people accountable to the code of conduct as well. They're not in the cabal, but if they violated on our forums, I'm totally going to kick them off the forums. Do you agree that's fair?
Agreed.
Looking at you, Critty. Oh wait, Critty's
Agreed.
Serenity. So we do have other people who join us on TeamSpeak, like Murphy. We'll use him as an example. I'll throw him under the bus today. I expect him to be respectful on TeamSpeak as well. And if he wasn't, I would ban him from TeamSpeak. But right now he's cool. So he's more than welcome to join us on TeamSpeak, even though he's not in the cabal. He's a friend in the family.
And he was actually saying he would try to make the meeting, but I believe he had family obligations.
And also, your behavior externally, I think I had mentioned on in-game and also on the global forums. Please don't make an ass of us on the forums. That's all I ask.
This also
That's all
carries
I
over
want.
to real life, so don't abuse your workmates and no flipping off policemen and
Don't be a troll on the official forums.
knocking
No one.
policemen's helmets off and
Yeah, no one really has been a troll on the official forums. Just please don't do that. It makes
What
our
about
life
glaring
hard, and
traffic
it
cones?
reflects badly on us. Some people who have left the cabal from time to time, they are still welcome to use our TeamSpeak if they come back and they're respectful. I don't have a problem with that. I know some people who one person has left, comes back occasionally for raids, and she logs onto our TeamSpeak. That's okay, as long as she's not being overly dramatic about it. I don't have a problem with her using our TeamSpeak. I don't pay the TeamSpeak bill. That's LT.
I do.
And I don't think LT cares either.
No. They're more the better.
Oh, I wanted to ask about our TeamSpeak. Is 50 enough slots? I know a few weeks ago we had a lot of people on. Did we reach capacity? Is 50 still good?
I think over the last few weeks, we have been close to 40, 45.
Okay, but never maxed.
No.
I know today we bumped it up to 100 because
Just to be sure, yeah.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side. But we're still like only at 50. So, okay. If we ever get maxed out, let me know and I'll let LT know. Or if you see LT, drop down into whatever channel he's at and say hey. And so that's all I have. Do you want to have any questions or anything you want to talk about?
Raise his hand.
Yes, Shock.
The event sign up, specifically the underlying code on the calendar on the website seems to be broken. You can't sign up for something more than 5 or 6 days in advance. Is that by design, or do you need somebody to hack into some code and fix some things?
That'd be up to Zenthal or Symmetric if you want to send one of them a PM.
Okay, can you send me a tell with those names, please?
I will put it in the chat. Metric and Zenthal. They run our forums. They know the code. I have no idea how it runs. They just make it run. They're amazing. Oh, and thank you, Symmetric and Zenthal, for all your hard work. Any other issues?
Oh, IACTA is a fluffy cotton ball.
IACTA is a fluffy cotton ball?
Yes.
Thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate that.
So that's the opposite of a blunt instrument, right?
Fleet is going to have to delete that because we were talking about IACTA.
Well, you see, that's always been a problem in our chat, is that IACTA and Star Fox, I can't get a word in edgewise.
I know, guys too. I mean, seriously.
I don't care how many slots that we have on TeamSpeak, they're filling all of them with their endless chatter. It's terrible.
So after this meeting, LT is going to have a meeting about the Elder Scrolls so we can agree on what alliance we want to be. So for the Cabal meeting, is Peaches here? Does he have a question for us to debate?
Who would win in a fight between a gorilla and a bear?
Well, Eights is saying something.
Oh, Eights has. Yes, Eights.
Yeah. In creating events within the Long's website, I feel that we are big enough and have sufficient participation in a lot of different things that it's not a huge deal if we're overlapping events. I just wanted to put out there that anything I'm scheduling, if people are looking to use those times for whatever they're planning on doing, you have at least my total support in overlapping events there. I know earlier something was said about that's my time or that's your time for your events. I really don't feel like it's an issue if someone schedules an event over mine. Just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Maybe throw it up as a general conversation point.
That was me for Solomon Island layers. Part of that is that 3/4 of my regular-ish Solomon Island layer are in your New York raids, so it kind of works out.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, I think there are enough people out there that generally, that's not an issue.
So
I
if there's
just
a
wanted to
scheduling
let
conflict,
you know
it's
out
the
there that
player's
wasn't.
decision on what to do.
Yeah,
That's right. We're grown-ups. We can make decisions.
that was my basic assumption.
Okay. So is that all? Anyone else have anything? Okay, gorilla versus bear.
Bear.
Bear?
Bear.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Gorillas use tools.
Gorilla.
See, but
We
bears
might-
have
we might see
bears,
Phil
bears have a
gorillas in
natural weapon
Tokyo.
that gorillas don't.
Yeah, but how about that
Claws.
documentary
Yeah,
Planet
definitely
of the
bear.
Apes?
Well, the thing about gorillas is that their combat style is more designed to drive off rather than directly attack, whereas a bear kills and eats things. So I would go with bear.
Bear also outweighs it by a factor
Unless
of 2
the
and has
bear's
claws.
in a banana
what
suit,
kind of bear?
That
then the
depends
gorilla
on
would
the
win.
bears.
That depends on the species of bear.
A koala
If it's a
bear?
koala
Said
bear.
that it depends on terrain.
When the bear stands up straight and starts growling, it's far more intimidating than when a gorilla does
Well,
it.
when it's
Like a
casting
polar
Ursinity,
bear.
you're toast.
Bears also have an extraordinary tolerance of pain. I don't think the gorilla could do enough DPS before the bear just completely overwhelmed the gorilla and killed it.
Well, that and the bear has a frontal cone AOE, whereas
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
thinking black grizzly, standard U.S. style bears. I'm not talking koala or panda.
Non-tanking
Can
bear.
Low
we
pandas
build
are
a
nasty.
cannon and
So
shoot
are
teddy
koalas.
bears out of it?
What normally
Pandas
happens
can
is
be
the gorilla
very vicious.
escapes and then has this massive load of scars
Oh.
and never has to buy another drink when he
And
goes
we're
out with his
losing
drinking
people by the
buddies.
second.
Oh, okay, so hey guys, you want to come down to the foot of the ladder and we'll take a screenshot?
And if I'm
I
not
don't know.
mistaken, polar bears are generally considered to be about the most efficient killing machine on the planet.
Kodiak
scary.
grizzly.
Well,
Yeah, they're right
the
up there.
question was an important way to end the meeting. Had to end on something frivolous.
But thank you for your input. I will consider this in my plot for breeding bears and gorillas.
And the fact that we're getting attacked by all these Akab is evidence that we do not have enough tanks.
Oh, it was kind of great to jump down. Everyone was slaughtering the cobs. So okay,
Yeah,
screenshot time.
it's good that we curtailed discussion on those two animals because too much would be unbearable.
Oh, the shame.
I am an ape.
It's almost like we have apes and lesser primates here.
All right,
Wow.
get that loot bag out of the screenshot.
So who's going to be our photographer?
Fleta just spoke up. I nominate Fleta.
Can't we just ask passing a cab to take the photograph?
Can I take I'll take a quick one. Give me a
Okay,
sec.
let me know. I have a rainbow. I have a rainbow.
Click.
You guys can take a screenshot while being in the group. All you have to do is left mouse and rotate around.
Not
Don't
with
have to
my
stand out there.
resolution.
Okay.
Click.
I just think everybody should spread out a bit more so that
Click.
it's impossible to get
Yeah, the
everybody in the
names are
shot.
like all over the place.
There's a Rochi drone in my face.
Wait, what kind of crazy people have names enabled?
Me.
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 Oh my god, there's so many of us.
Can we get a little closer together? We're all friends here.
Maybe those in front could sit or kneel.
Double rainbow all the way.
Well, maybe we should gather around a specific person. Who do you want us to gather around?
Avenal's about
Everyone
center.
huddle around Avenal.
Avenal, yeah.
Avenal, he has cookies.
Oh, so that's where they went.
That's
I have
where the cookies
I have
go.
cookies disabled. It's a security risk.
Oh, clever.
I'm just spamming pictures here.
Put away the pets, please.
That's fantastic. I think I got a screenshot of someone jumping up. Is that Alziz? Oh, no, or is that Schwim?
Nope.
That's outage.
That's outage. I love it. Thank you.
Alright, this is my last rainbow.
That was my last rainbow, yeah.
Why is it when I'm
It's
in
beautiful.
an instance I can get rid of the UI fairly
I
easily,
will-
but when I want to, I can't.
I will put these on the forums, so anyone who wants to do Elder Scrolls, hang out in the meeting, and we'll let LT take over. So thank you guys for coming. Successful meeting. Adjourned. Meet you in 3. We'll do it again in 3 months.
Perfect
Oh,
timing.
now the Akab ruined the screenshot.
Response.
Using or making it awesome.
Cool. I
perfect
think I got
timing.
about 40 screenshots there.
Did you get a screenshot when the Akab popped up?
Don't know actually.
Okay, and I'm Insta Flappy.